Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Freeman Motorsports for the Brandt 200, Menards 200. I don't even know what they're calling it at this point at Daytona. The season is about to get kicked off for the ARCA Menards Series, and we have a great race coming to you guys today. 34 drivers take on Daytona. Half of them are rookies making their first ever ARCA start, and I'm sure we are going to see a lot of crazy action, probably a bit of ARCA breaking action. And yeah, I don't even know where to begin. Thanks to everybody tuning in. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. The leaderboard is still loading on my left, or wait, on my right. There we go. And yeah, so it is the Brandt 200 now, but they introduced it as the Menards 200. I don't know. Now they're kind of confused on the broadcasting end of things, but we are not confused on my end of things, at least not yet. The green flag is coming soon, as they just gave the command to start engines. We have 5 females in today's race. I believe that might be an ARCA Menards Series record. And yeah, I'm ready for the action. It's an 80-lap main event here today. You got the Venturini Motorsports machines, which are going to be hard to beat. But I am looking at some of the young guns, or not even young guns, but some of the journeyman drivers that are just trying to make a name for themselves, possibly get some extra cash here today. So yeah, my favorite to win today is Andy Jankowiak, mainly because he is a local driver from the area where I live. So, as well as Steve Lewis Jr. Steve Lewis Jr. is making his first ever ARCA start. And in the 62, Andy Jankowiak has actually made a name for himself in the ARCA Menards Series at Daytona, where he took his own little race car that he bought from Ken Schrader and worked on himself and put that thing up in the top 5 a couple of times. Okay, but we are still working on getting the live feed here. You can see it's trying to load in. Not super familiar with the ARCA Menards Series website, so hopefully it'll load in here pretty soon. I don't know if somebody else is more familiar with the ARCA Menards Series website. Maybe you can give me some advice on how to get this leaderboard queued up. Yeah, I think that should sort itself out here pretty soon. You know what? We might be able to find another way, though, to do this. Hold on just a second. Put in the chat, who is your pick to win? I'm pretty sure most people aren't very familiar with the ARCA Menards Series. I mean, there aren't many full-time drivers. But yeah, we're going to go through your starting lineup here. Frankie Muniz is one of the big names competing in this race. The former star of Malcolm in the Middle. So, in qualifying on pole, Connor Mozak took the pole. He's a bit more of a road course racing driver, but he's trying to get some experience on these big plate tracks. He's in the 18 Mobil 1 Toyota. And second is the 20 of Jesse Love in the Yahoo Toyota. In third, Jason Kitzmiller in the 97. That's a small team looking for some success. And fourth, the 36 of Ryan Huff. In fifth, the 73 of Andy Jankowiak. In sixth, the 42 of Robbie Lyons. And then rolling off seventh, the seasoned veteran of the 35, Greg Van Alst. In eighth, another veteran, the 69 of Scott Meltson. Then rounding out your top 10 in row 5, the 63 of Logan Misuraka. Pardon me if I mispronounce some of these names here. And then his outside, the 25 of Gus Dean. In row number 6 on the inside, the number 2 of LaVar Scott. And to his outside, the 55 of Tony Breidinger. In row 7, the 32 of Christian Rose. To his outside, the 11 of Bryce Haugenberg. In row 8, the 4 of Dale Quarterly. And his outside, the 16, number 30 machine. Oh, I just realized I might have said the 16. The number 30 machine is Frankie Muniz, the Hair Club / Ford Performance Machine. I think he's definitely going to be one to watch, even though he doesn't have a lot of experience. In row 9, the 53 of Natalie Decker. And to her outside, the 27 of Tim Richmond. In row 10, the 44 of Jason White. And his outside, Brayton Laster. In row 11, the 3 of Willie Mullins. And his outside, Hunter DeSchattel. Sorry if I mispronounced some of these names. In row 12, you're going to have the 66 of John Garrett. And to his outside, I'm working on getting this leaderboard up. You can see it's loading in. Anyways, is outside. The 62 of Steve Lewis Jr. In row 13 to 74 of Mandy Chick. And her, I believe, maybe that's a Mandy. Maybe that's a girl. I don't know. I'm still working on figuring out the whole field here. Is the 7 of Eric Caudle. In row 14, the 75 of Brian Duza. And Brother-in-Law Motorsports. That's the name of that team. That's an interesting one. There is outside the 45 of Tony Consento. In row 15, Charles Buchanan and Ed Pompa. And then starting to round out your field in row 16, Zach Herron and the 06 of A.J. Moyer. In row 17, Brad Smith and the 48 and the 93 of Caleb Costner. And that will round out your field. Oh, wait, no, then there's a couple more. The 15 of Amber Balkin, who was not able to run a lap in qualifying, and the 6 of Jack Wood. But I'm really interested to see how this one goes. Obviously, in ARCA, there's a bit of disparity in terms of the equipment. So I'm interested to see how many competitive cars we've got this year, how many are really going to be able to hang around in the draft, who's going to be willing to dice things up. A lot of these guys are, small timers. Maybe they only have 1 or 2 cars back at their shop, so not many of them are necessarily going to be willing to risk their prime equipment. Josh Briggs, how you doing? Benjamin, there's a lot of good options today. T-Van, you're rooting for the guy from Malcolm in the middle. Joe Warble, do you think Natalie Decker will finish on the lead lap? I mean, I think if you finish the race, you're probably going to finish on the lead lap. Opinion, ARCA shouldn't be a NASCAR series. I'm really not sure what that would, what does it even really look like? Yes, Gibbs still does have an ARCA team, I believe. Benjamin, you're picking Kitzmiller? Yeah, I'm picking Jankowiak as my underdog, but honestly, I just hope it's not a Venturini car that wins again. Hey, we're up to 3,285 subscribers, guys. Only 15 away. Only 15 away from 3,300. Appreciate it if you drop a like and subscribe. We'll be live with the Xfinity Series race this afternoon. So all the ladies in this race today, Amber Balkin, who we're familiar with, she ran full-time last year, and then the 53 of Natalie Decker, the 55 of Tony Breidinger, and then you have, oh no, the flag, not the flag. Oh my goodness, we've added an unforeseen circumstance. The flag has fallen. Oh boy. Not sure how long that's going to last, but we had to do a quick patch job. And then you have the 6 of Logan Miskuraka, and she's making her debut. And then you have the 7 of Mandy Chick. Thanks to everybody watching right now. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, here we go. I think we got the leaderboard up here now. There we go. Boom. Voila. Your top 16 there. So there you got your top 16. We'll kind of move it around so that we can see the rest of the field. There we go. 39 drivers starting this race today. So looks we're going to be going green here in about a couple minutes. Thanks to everybody watching. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be live for the Xfinity Series race after this at 5 o'clock Eastern Time, and then you'll be live tomorrow for the Daytona 500, the 65th running. Hold on just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it looks like we have 2 different pizza delivery men in this race. Brayton Laster and Andy Jankowiak both make their living on the daily basis as pizza delivery men, and by night, they're pizza delivery men by day and race car drivers by night. Ooh. Thanks to be watching right now. Let's get that like button up, though. Let's get that like button. Let's get up to 10 likes. I appreciate it. We're at 6 right now. Your pick is the pace car. Good pick, Benjamin. Good pick. Mozak. Oh, wow. You're just picking everybody here. You're going with Mozak now. You can't choose. You saying Frankie Muniz is driving the chassis of the car that Sterling Marlin was driving when Dale died? I know. I saw that. I saw that fact. I forgot about it. But I remember now that you said that. I mean, I think Muniz is going to have a decent shot just because he's got a fast car, but, you know, just that lack of knowledge might end up kind of biting him in the butt over the run of the course of the day. I think if we by chance see green flag pit stops, which is probably not going to happen, oh my gosh, that would be, I think that is, we're definitely going to see an incident trying to get down onto pit road if we have to have green flag pit stops. And these guys wreck so much that there's probably not going to be green flag pit stops. Ginger, your pick's going to be that no one crosses the line. Maybe the orange cone is your pick. Come on, guys. Let's not give it too much ARCA Menard Series slander. It's just these guys, you know, half of them might end up in NASCAR one day in the top levels. So let's not tear up their dreams. Oh boy. You know what? There's more cars that showed up to this, or well, actually no, I take it back. There are more cars starting this race than the Xfinity race later today. Okay. But on the front row, Connor Mozak and Jesse Love are going to bring him to green on row 2. Ryan Huff and Jason Kitzmiller. Row 3, Robbie Lyons and Andy Jankowiak. On row 4, Greg Van Alst and Scott Mellon. And rounding out your top 5, the 63 of Logan Miskura, or Miskuraka. Sorry if I'm not supposed to pronounce that name. And Gus Dean. But today's race is 80 laps. 80 laps of chaos, most likely. Who's going to come out on top? It's anybody's guess. This is plate racing. We're going to see a lot of 2-wide action today. Maybe even some 3-wide racing at times. Is anybody going to be able to beat Venturini Motorsports, though? They have 5 straight wins at this track. Will anybody be able to dethrone that Toyota powerhouse? But as they work their way off a turn 4, we will be coming to the green flag to start the 2023 ARCA Menard Series season. And the green flag is out for the Brandt 200 at Daytona. Love on the outside. Has a good restart. Mozak, though, the pole center gets a good launch. Not a good push from Kitzmiller, but he's going to be able to take a good launch out. And it looks like we might have seen some teammates working together as Love pulls down behind Mozak, and they're going to take over the top 2 spots at the front of the field. Then Kitzmiller in third, and that leaves, I believe, the white car. Is that, I believe, Ryan Huff leading the outside line now. He is side by side with Andy Jankowiak for 4th place, and everybody is kind of bailed on that outside line. Everybody tucking it down single file down the back straightaway. And now it looks like everybody trying to get down to that inside line here. The fastest way around this racetrack on the inside. Your top 5 now all single file. 1st through 5th, now 6th single file. That outside line kind of fading right here. Everybody's just trying to get down to the inside. Playing it pretty safe here early on. And it looks like Connor Mozak will lead lap number 1 at Daytona. Then Love 2nd, Kitzmiller 3rd, Jankowiak 4th, and Van Alst in 5th. And these top 5 are single file, and they're starting to break away a little bit from the rest of the pack that continue to run 2 wide, about 6 rows deep. Oh, some people off the track. Oh, we already got a spinner on the back straightaway. The 45's around. And can he keep it out on the infield wall? He's locking it down, and he's locking it down on the caution center, and he saves it. The 45, oh man. Getting it rolling. We got some ARCA breaks already. Tony Consciento from Mansfield, Ohio. 13 ARCA starts. Yeah, so somebody in the back of the pack, like... Oh, I don't even know. I think, yeah, the 69 goes below the double yellow, and then... I think the 69 has an issue. The 69 has an issue, bails out of the gas, and then everybody almost, like, just Rex trying to avoid her. They go like 3-4 wide. Somebody actually might get penalized here for going below the double yellow, making a pass. I think it's the 69 that, or the 69 has a bit of a bobble, and then, or I mean the 63, that's my bad, not the 69, the 63. Yeah, I wonder if the 63's got an issue or not, because it's like she got a little loose, but then it's like she just kind of totally bailed down on the gas. Well, everybody's still going. Tony Conciento has got rolling. Just went for a spin on the back straightaway, kept it down at the wall, didn't really make any contact with anybody. Oh, sorry. And, yeah, there we go. So, some pretty crazy action here so far. Thanks for watching. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Yeah, we already got one caution so far. Hey, we're up to 3,286 subscribers. I appreciate it. There we go. So, yeah, after that time of caution, now here's your updated running order. Connor Mozak, Jesse Love, Jason Kitzmiller, Andy Jankowiak, Greg Van Alster, top 5. Then Scott Melton, Gus Dean, Ryan Huff, Robbie Lyons, and Bryce Haugenberg, your top 10. Then Frankie Muniz, Tim Richmond, Willie Mullins, Lavar Scott, Jack Wood, your top 15. Then Dal Quarterly, Tony Breidinger, Brian Duzot, Christian Rose, and Brayton Laster, your top 20. Then Natalie Decker, Eric Claudel, Jason White, Amber Balkan, Mandy Chick, your top 25. Then Steve Lewis Jr., Ed Pompa, John Garrett, Sean Core, Zach Herron, your top 30. Then Charles Buchanan, Miguel Gomez, Logan Muscura, and the 63, Gabe Rogers, Caleb Costner, AJ Moyer, Brad Smith, Hunter DeChantel, I think I mispronounced that, and then Tony Conciento rounds out your field. Thanks to everybody watching. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go watch a horrible race. So I think it'll be interesting still. Mike H with the thumbs up. Gus Dinger pick Josh. I see it. I mean, honestly, like I said, I want Andy Jankowiak to win, but I think it's really just gonna be hard to beat anybody in the Venturini equipment, especially if they get working together. Like we saw on that first restart already, those two guys move down and take over the lead at the front of the field. They're probably gonna try and do that again here on this restart. Still under caution though. Hopefully we have more green flag laps than caution laps here today. And I think we might be going green next time by, hopefully. But yeah, so we're under caution here over the 63 getting loose off of turn 2. Kind of bailing out on the gas, and then ARCA brakes, people going everywhere to avoid. In the 45 just kind of spins himself in the apron. Nobody gets really any damage or anything. But yeah, brings out the first caution flag of the race. Greg Van Alst is a local rival to me. He actually owns a business 2 blocks from my house. Who is his sponsor? The sponsor on the 35. Well, I'll have to wait and see once they come back from commercial break. But I'll let you know about that. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's get this thing up to 10 likes. Let's get it up to 10 likes. I appreciate it. Yeah, hopefully the race will not get delayed here due to rain, and especially, though, if the cautions keeps running up. Now, they did give themselves kind of an extra hour of breathing room in between the ARCA race and the Xfinity race. But what was it? I think last year the race at Talladega got called short because they were running up right against the Xfinity Series race window. And so, yeah, they just had to call it short because they couldn't basically keep running that race out and not be able to finish the Xfinity Series race. But hopefully that probably won't happen here. Joe World, the sponsor of the 35 is Vern's Concrete. So there's your answer for whoever was T-Van. Who's excited for the Xfinity Series stream later today? If you're wondering where you can find this leaderboard yourself, it's on the ARCA website. You're welcome, T-Van. Okay, here they are. We're about to get the green flag here once again, coming right back from commercial break to green flag action. And it's going to be Mozak on the inside, Love on the outside once again. Are they going to try and do some teammate shenanigans again on this restart? I don't know if they're going to be able to. Yeah, good restarts for both lanes, so Love is not going to be able to just slide down in front of Mozak. Looks like the 45 merging back up onto the racetrack. He's going to be probably a lap or two down after his incident. They're side by side at the front of the field, though. Mozak on the inside, Love on the outside. As the car's pushing him, Kitzmiller pushes Mozak. Jankowiak pushes Love. Bit of a bobble there from the 18. Good pushes coming from the inside there as Mozak's able to move out to about a 2-car length lead. Off of turn 4. Oh, looks like somebody thought about going up the track there. Oh, somebody's going to switch lanes. I think that was a 36 of Huff moving down to the inside there. And yeah, when a couple of guys move from that outside down to the inside or vice versa, it just kills one lane's momentum just because they lose those cars, lose that pushing power. At the front of the field, though, Mozak still controlling the inside. Love surging on the outside with a bit of a run, though, down the back straightaway. This lead draft, your top 20 is still all kind of bunched together here. So the 57 is already off the racetrack, and then Cosentino in the 45 is 2 laps down. Everybody else on the lead lap. A little bit of 3-wide action there in the mid-pack. You don't see too much of that in this ARCA race. What are those bumpers some of those guys are running? They are running like almost like cow catchers on the nose of a couple of those cars. I've never seen that. Anyways, Mozak at the front, still controlling both lanes. That inside starting to edge out ahead of the outside. Now Mozak, Kitzmiller, and Van Alst, all three on the top 3. On the inside, they kind of broken away from the outside there just a bit, but down the back straightaway, that's where the outside kind of gets its biggest run off of turn 2 down the back stretch. And now Love is going to actually get shoved out ahead of Mozak there for just an instant off of turn 4. Oh, man, some of these guys are looking real swirly, man. Yeah, pizza delivery man, Andy Jankowiak, as they're talking about on the broadcast. Oh, my gosh. These guys, they're just like bobbing and weaving. Like, they look so out of control and on edge. Almost more than the trucks last night. Love on the outside. Mozak still on the inside. We're not seeing much passing right here. Everybody just kind of content running in line. 2 by 2, about 10 rows deep in this lead draft. Love still rolling on the outside. Looking at the chat. Josh Briggs, you're excited to see your friends at college take the Xfinity race and got to hang with the 16 team last fall at Dega and Victory Lane. That's pretty cool, man. You don't know who to root for in Xfinity now that Noah moved up. Well, I'm going to be rooting for kind of the smaller teams in Xfinity this year. I'm going to be rooting for JD Motorsports with Bailey Curry and Brennan Poole. But then I root for Sheldon Creed. That's probably my one of the better guys in the Xfinity series I would probably root for. Sheldon Creed, as Vince Welch would say. Oh, Seeing a little bit of 3-wide action here in the mid-pack. Ooh, the 74 a little bit swirly there in the middle. These cars, you know, they look like they're just running in the pack, but they are a bit tricky to handle. You don't realize how much the aero and the draft kind of pushes against the side of your car and, like, really is kind of throwing it around. And that's why you need a good handling race car, not just a car with the fastest top speed. What's up, Needhams 24? Going to be 70 to go now, actually 68 to go next time by at the line. The lap's just ticking by here. And now your top two on the inside starting to pull out a little bit. Oh boy, gotta drink some water here, getting a little bit of a headache. Woo. Okay, Muniz just lost some positions there. He got shoveled out to the outside. Muniz just drops back down to 19th. Oh my goodness, I can't look at the chat. Just got that. I'll look away. Yeah. Whoa, we got a caution. Oh, who is that? Somebody in the wall hard here. The 69 just wall riding up there in turns 1 and 2, and that thing is killed. Melton. Oh, fire now coming out of the back of the 69. He's nosed into the outside wall. Oh, wait, this is the guy that also had the bad crash at Talladega, and he was running up in the top 3. Remember that? He's already got the window net down. He's hopping out, so he looks like he's okay. It looks like he's kind of stuck right there. There's safety crew on the scene, though. Now we're trying to see. He was pushing Andy Jankowiak at the time. He was running in 7th. And it looks like this is probably just a bad push from behind, most likely. Just kind of gets a bad push from, who is that? I can't even, the 11 of Bryce Haugenberg. And that just gives him a shot right into the outside. Dang, so Melton just ends right up in the outside wall. Tough break for him. That was just a bump drafting gone wrong moment. Exactly, Benjamin. Yeah, now we're looking back in the pack. And, yeah, just... Luckily, that only takes out one car. Everybody kind of running down towards the double yellow line, not near the wall. Appreciate everybody watching, though. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Let's get it up to 15 likes. Let's get it up to 15 likes. I'd appreciate it. He's out of the car. He's mad. I mean, all these guys, you know, there's smaller teams. When they get their cars all torn up, it's frustrating because a lot of this funding comes right out of their own pocket. Yeah. Hold on just a second, guys. Let's get that like button up to 15 likes, guys. I'd appreciate it. Does ARCA still allow practice? Or are they stupid like NASCAR? No, there's still practice for ARCA. I mean, they only have one practice session, though. Because, I mean, most of these guys, they don't really. I mean, they probably do need practice. But they just go out there, run a couple laps, make sure their car's working. I'd say at least half of these guys in this field, they're just coming to Daytona to try and win at Daytona because it's Daytona, baby. Appreciate everybody watching, though. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. And, yeah, now your updated running order at the time of caution. We have 13 laps complete but it's Mozak out front, then Kitzmiller in second, Van Alst third, Love fourth, then Dean fifth, and Jan Koyak sixth, Huff in seventh, Haugenberg in eighth, Scott in ninth, and Jack Wood in 10th rounds out your top 10. Then in 11th, you have Tim Richmond, in 12th, Amber Balkan, then Sean Core, Mandy Schick, and Tony Breidinger round out your top 15. Then Brayton Laster, Dal Quarterly, Frankie Muniz, Willie Mullins, and Christian Rose rounds out your top 20. Then you have Robbie Lyons, Jason White, Natalie Decker, Steve Lewis Jr., Eric Caudell, your top 25. Then Gabe Rogers, Brian Duzat, Ed Pompa, Miguel Gomez, and John Garrett, your top 30. And then Zach Heron, Caleb Costner, Logan Miscura, Brad Smith, AJ Moyer, and Charles Buchanan round out your field. And then you have Hunter Duchatneau, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that name, in the garage. Scott Mellon now also probably done for the day. And then Tony Colciento, 2 laps down, but I believe he gets the lucky dog, so he will be back to just 1 lap down. So still 37 cars in this race after starting with 39. 14 laps down, 66 to go. Joe, you didn't realize Brandon Jones is running the 9 in Xfinity this year? Is he keeping Bass Pro Shops? No. He's just going to bring Menards funding with him, so Menards is going to sponsor that 9 car full time, like they've been sponsoring Brandon Jones his whole career. And then the Bass Pro sponsors move over to Josh Berry for part-time throughout the season. So that's kind of how that sponsorship deal worked out. But thanks to everybody watching so far. You've had just over about 150 viewers so far in this one. Appreciate it. Yeah, that must crush Gibbs losing Menards. Well, I do agree with you. They got now it's just the Mobile One funding for the 20 car, and then they have Sammy Smith brings a lot of his own funding with Pilot Flying J and TMC, which he brings that funding because, you know, if you recall, they sponsored Michael Annett full-time in the Xfinity Series for his whole career, and that's because Michael Annett's dad owned Flying J, and I believe for some reason, like, they're family friends with Sammy Smith, so now they're just sponsoring Sammy Smith full-time in the Xfinity Series. So that kind of makes up for some of that Menards funding leaving. Joe Gibbs, yeah, now they're down to really just 2 full-time cars, just like last year. Then they have that 19 as a circulating kind of, well, they say all-star car, but more so just anybody that comes in with a bit of cash to check. And it's usually a driver that's basically just trying to give themselves one more shot in prime equipment, and hopefully they can go out there and, you know, win a race and prove to some team that they still have talent. And so, yeah, I think Myatt Snyder's doing a couple races. I think Joe Graff Jr. is doing a couple races, and somebody else in that 19 car. I think maybe Trevor Bain might do some more. NASCAR guy, you're back. What happened? The 69 of Scott Melton got hooked off the nose of the 11 down the back straightaway into the outside wall. And, yeah, his day is done. That was a pretty hard hit for him, but just that was the only car involved. Yeah, and that's why we're under caution right now. I do have to say, right now, these cautions are taking quite a bit of time to clean up. $15 laps now complete. Still under caution. Hopefully we can get this green flag and be racing again here pretty soon. Hit that like button, guys, if you haven't already. Dang. Yes, the 69, Melton is really frustrated. He was running up in the lead, the top 10, like so far. I mean, still early on in this race, but he qualified inside the top 5. He gets out of that car. Yeah, he would. I mean, I would be pretty frustrated too. What? Oh. Oh. But Frankie Muniz making his series debut, just kind of running around in the back of the pack. We've only had about, like 5 green flag laps so far, and even though we have 17 rookies in this field, are we going to get the red flag here? It looks like they might be coming to a stop here on the back straightaway. The 69 might have leaked a bunch of liquid down in turns 3 and 4. Yeah, we are seeing the red flag. So, Yeah, it seems to be because they had a bunch of, the 69 rode up right against the catch fence all through turns 3 and 4, and that ended up licking probably a bunch of fluids down at the bottom of that, and they're having to clean up all that fluid. Thanks to everybody watching right now. Hey, we're up to 25 people watching. Appreciate it. Drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Marnitha, what happened to Kyle? Which Kyle are you talking about? Did I miss something? I don't even think there's a Kyle in this race. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Anyways, it's Mozak out front, then Kitzbiller second, Van Alst third, Love fourth, Dean fifth, then Jankowiak, Huff, Haugenberg, Scott, and Wood, your top 10. Currently under the red flag for a caution with just one car, the 69 of Scott Mellon, who was running up inside the top 5, got hooked from a bad push, and yeah, that car is just destroyed on the front end. It went head-on into the outside wall and then rode the wall for about maybe like a couple hundred yards until it finally came to a stop. The car would burst into flames. He was able to get out under his own power. Oh, did you see that? And they were trying to do some track drying, but the actual track drying, or picking up the fluids from, all that came out from underneath that 69 car, and the trucks that were trying to get up there up near the very tippy top of the banking. The banking steep at Daytona, they were sliding down the banking. If I was inside of one of those trucks, I'd have been pretty startled there for a moment. I would not want to go barrel rolling down the banks of Daytona. Anyways, thank you to everybody watching. T-Van, you agree, Benjamin? This is better than the trucks last night. Yeah, hey, I'll agree. This is better than the trucks last night. At least it's not cautions for rain or mist every 2 minutes. It's actually cautions for incidents. For some reason, the viewer counter has been off this whole time. Oh, well. Hey, we're only 14 subscribers away from 3,300. Appreciate it if you drop a like and subscribe. Hey, whoa, look at that. We're up to 3,289. I guess I forgot to refresh the page. Only 11 away from 3,300. I think we can hit it before the end of this race. Make sure you guys are subscribed so that we don't miss any of the action later today, like the Xfinity Series race at 5, or the Cup race, the Daytona 500 to kick off the 65th Daytona 500 at 2 p.m. here on Freeman Motorsports. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of that. Imagine they call the race for the fire. Zachary Mers, you're streaming the real race, showing it right now. I mean, I don't know how you're doing that, but you will get taken down by YouTube eventually if you're actually doing that. So, yeah, hold up 1 second. That will get taken down. Well, it'll get caught eventually. That's why you don't just have people just streaming the NFL games on a weekly basis. So, I mean, your channel, if you want to sacrifice your channel like that, good luck, but no, I think I remember actually, yeah, your streams last year, but I think it's because you're like on a smaller channel. Once you get to start growing in size, YouTube will take that down. Trust me, I tried at one point. We're now looking through the running order. Thanks to everybody watching. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Yeah, I mean, you can try to do that, Zach, but YouTube will end up taking you down eventually. Having some technical difficulties on my end. Sorry about that. Oh, here's Scott Melton getting interviewed. We are still under this red flag, by the way. Dang, so Melton, he's like, what's the point of this? It's lap 6. We're all having a good run inside the top 10. Yeah, I would be very frustrated too if I was this guy. I would be going over there I don't know much about Bryce Haugenberg, but I would not want to be friends with Bryce Haugenberg. It does look really windy there at the track today. So that could definitely be playing a factor in the handling of these cars. I mean, they look more floaty than usual so far. Actually, watch, appreciate it if you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Hold on 1 second, guys. No, there we go. We're back. Thanks to everybody watching. Hey, we're almost up to 20 likes. I appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. On the road to 4,000 subscribers forever for Kevin Harvick in his farewell season in the NASCAR Cup Series. He's not trying to pull LeBron. He's not waiting for Keelan to get to NASCAR. You know, I wonder if we could ever see that. I guess it has happened a couple times, like a father races with the son, but like usually the father's out of their prime. Like, I wonder if we could ever see a driver race with their son. And maybe Chandler Smith. He had a kid when he was like 19, so maybe Chandler Smith could be the possibility. But he still has to make it out of the Xfinity Series. Okay, so now we're finally back from commercial break, and are we out of the red flag yet? No, we are not. Oh, brother. Is this really taking this long? Okay. They're doing some call-ins right now on the back straightaway. Thanks to everybody watching right now. So I would say we want to talk about your picks for the Xfinity Series later tonight. We'll go through the starting order here real quick, honestly, because right now currently just stuck in this really long red flag. Not sure why. I mean, it wasn't a very big incident. I know they have to clean up. Maybe they just have less personnel right now for the ARCA race, but I'd imagine that they probably have a bunch of personnel because people got to be here for the Xfinity, Daytona, and Daytona tomorrow. So I'd imagine they have personnel. So this is just kind of confusing, unless maybe ARCA has contracts with separate people because they are technically like their own separate entity from NASCAR, even though NASCAR owns them. Excuse me. Look for the NASCAR Xfinity Series lineup here. So, here we go. Oh, wait, no, this is the Cup Series. Here we go. Xfinity Series lineup here in a moment. So, here we go. On pole will be Austin Hill. To his outside, Parker Kligerman in the 48 for Big Machine Racing. Now, RCR has the best Xfinity Series Super Speedway program, but they are not alone. They have a collaboration with Big Machine Racing, as well as, I think, is it Colleague? No, it's Big Machine Racing, and there's another smaller show. Oh, Big Machine Racing and Jordan Anderson Racing. Those are kind of like the three teams, RCR, Big Machine Racing, Jordan Anderson Racing, that all have a collaboration on the super speedways. So those cars all are usually pretty good at the super speedway tracks. But on the front row, like I said, Austin Hill, Parker Kligerman. Kligerman, I say an underdog pick to win tonight, but definitely somebody you're going to have to keep an eye out for. On row 2, Cole Custer making his first start back in the Xfinity Series now that he's been demoted back down to the Xfinity Series. A lot of people think he's going to wreak havoc in that series this year, and I agree. But maybe not tonight at Daytona with all the chaos at the plate tracks, but starting to his outside, another RCR car, Sheldon Creed in the 2. He's trying to start his year off better than last year where they missed the playoffs. He's definitely got to meet a higher expectation this year. In row 3, Justin Allgaier, the journeyman driver, continues in, I believe, his like 7th now or 8th season for Junior Motorsports in the Xfinity Series. And his outside, Daniel Hemrick in the 11, who's trying to get a win this year after having a winless 2022 with Colleague. To his outside, or in row 4, John Hunter Nemechek making his first start full-time for Joe Gibbs in the Xfinity Series in the number 20 Mobile One machine. To his outside, Chandler Smith in his rookie year with Colleague in the Xfinity Series. In row 5, Riley Herbst, and this is kind of a make or break year for Riley Herbst. To his outside, the underdog who had an amazing run in qualifying, Anthony Alfredo with BJ McLeod Motorsports. Hopefully they can mix things up tonight. In row 6, Brandon Jones, and then Jade Buford in the 5 in a second Big Machine Racing entry. Keep your eyes out for Jade Buford. He's got a fast car, and he's going to be going for broke because this might be his only start all season long. In row 7, Myatt Snyder, another driver who's going to be going for broke. He was flipping down the back straightaway last year, if you recall, in that crazy incident. This year, he's out of a full-time ride, but he's got a couple starts in that Joe Gibbs Racing number 19. He's going to be looking to make the most out of those starts. To his outside, Sam Mayer coming off his rookie year. He's looking to pick up his first win in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. In row 8, Sammy Smith starting off his rookie campaign for Joe Gibbs, and to his outside, another rookie, the iRacer, Parker Retzlaff, looking to tear things up with Jordan Anderson Racing. In row 9, Cesar Baccarella, the co-owner of Alpha Prime Racing, being a driver-owner this weekend. It is outside Josh Berry in the 8 with that Bass Pro sponsorship. In row 10, Justin Haley coming down for a one-off start in the Xfinity Series with Colleague in a third Colleague car to help draft in the pack. To his outside, Jeb Burton in the 27 this year, not for our Motorsports, but for Jordan Anderson Racing. In row 11, Brennan Poole in his first start being full-time for JD Motorsports this season. Brennan Poole looking for some success. He's one of my underdog picks for tonight. His outside, Ryan Sieg, who'll be running not the 39 this year, but the 38. In row 12, Gray Galding in the 08, who has been known to make things interesting on these super speedway races. He'll be racing with SS Greenlight Racing. They tend to have a pretty good super speedway package as they have some affiliations with Stuart Haas. And his outside, Jeffrey Earnhardt in the 44. He's full-time for Alpha Prime this year. This is really probably his last shot at success in the Xfinity Series, and he's got to make the most out of it. In row 13, Josh Williams for DGM. And his outside, Ryan Sieg's younger brother, Kyle Sieg. In row 14, Blaine Perkins in the 07 for SS Greenlight Racing, and his outside, the 02 of David Starr, the last remaining hope for our motorsports after kind of overextending their reach last year. They're having to regroup this year, and they're just barely staying afloat with David Starr in that 02. In row 15, Joe Graff Jr. in the 39 for Ryan Sieg Racing, and his outside, Bailey Curry in the number 4 for JD Motorsports. In row 16, CJ McLaughlin in the 35 for Emerling Gase Motorsports. And his outside, Brett Moffitt is full-time Xfinity Series racing once again, with AM Racing moving up from the Xfinity Series to the Truck Series to the Xfinity Series full-time. In row 17, you have the pair of Sam Hunt Racing machines that really struggled in qualifying. They're looking to move their way forward. Kaz Gralla in the 26 and Parker Chase in the 24. In row 18, Ryan Ellis in the 43, the third Alpha Prime Racing entry this weekend. It is outside Joey Gase as a driver owner for Emerling Gase Motorsports this weekend. And rounding out your field on row 18, the 34 of Jesse Awuji and Jeremy Clements, the last winner at Daytona in the Xfinity Series, is starting last, rounding out your field. And it looks like, are we still under the red flag for ARCA after all of that? I gave you the most in-depth breakdown of the starting order for the Xfinity Series race later tonight, and yet we are still under the red flag. Now, I'm actually kind of worried that they might have to call this race short just because of how long it's taken to clean up this one incident here on the back straightaway. Hey, thanks to everybody watching. 11 subscribers away from 3,300. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get it, guys. 11 subscribers away. Tell a friend. Tell a friend. What are they doing at the track right now? Like, oh my gosh. Look at this. The safety crew that are trying to clean the racetrack up by the safer barrier are literally tethering themselves to the catch fence as kind of like a point of security, because it's so steep that it's almost like if you ever go rock climbing, you know, you got your safety harness, or like if you're doing a roofing or something like that. And thanks to everybody watching right now. Okay. Oh, wait. Oops. Are they restarting soon, Mr. Fly to the Sky? I hope so. Still haven't really had any mentioned yet. I don't know what the issue is. Maybe there's like something broken in the safer barrier. I'm personally really confused. But hopefully they figure it out pretty quickly, because I don't feel like waiting around forever. This is like the truck race last night, just without rain. Instead, we have some weird caution situation. But we'll go through your running order once again in the ARCA race right now. Out front is Connor Mozak, who has led every single lap so far. And also, they just changed it from the red flag back to the yellow flag. Let's go. Okay, the cars are rolling again. But anyways, to his outside on this restart will be the 97 of Jason Kitzmiller. On row 2, the 35 of Greg Van Alst, and the 20 of Jesse Love. On row 3, Gus Dean, and to his outside, Andy Jankowiak. In row 4, Ryan Huff, and the 11 of Bryce Haugenberg. In row 5, the number 2 of LeVar Scott, and the number 6 of Jack Wood. In row 6, Tim Richmond and Amber Balkin. In row 7, Tony Breidinger, and the 8 of Sean Core. In row 8, the 74 of Mandy Schick, and the 03 of Brayton Laster. In row 9, the 4 of Dale Quarterly, and the 30 of Frankie Muniz. In row 10, Willie Mullins and Robbie Lyons. In row 11, Natalie Decker and Jason White. In row 12, Steve Lewis Jr. and Eric Cottle. In row 13, you have the 68 of Gabe Rogers and the 75 of Brian Duzant. In row 14, Ed Pampa and Miguel Gomez. Row 15, John Garrett and Zach Herron. Row 16, Caleb Costner and Logan Miscura. Or Miscuraka. I don't know. I'll finally get that name right. And then row 17, Brad Smith and AJ Moyer. In row 18, Charles Buchanan and Christian Rose. And then in 37th, Tony Cosiento, 2 laps down in 37th. And then Scott Melton and Hunter DeShatel are both out of the race already. That's your current running order. And hopefully we're going racing again here pretty soon. Thanks for watching. Almost up to 20 likes. Let's get to 25 likes, guys. Let's get 25 likes. I believe we can do it. And we're only 11 subscribers away from 3,300. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get there before the end of the ARCA race. Even though this race feels like it may never end. And here we go. I think we might be going green in about 2 laps or so. It looks like they almost just laid down too much of the whatever it's called, the speedy dry, and it just took them a ton of effort to actually blow it all off the track. Did you know the Cup cars are the slowest out of the 3 series at Daytona? It shouldn't be like that. Joe Warble. No, I know. The next gen is just super slow on the super speedways. The fall off from the pole time in 2021 to 2022 was 2.7 seconds. Yeah, so 2.7 seconds is the difference. And yeah, I do think that it's still like the same style of racing. And at the end of the day, really, to your own eye, you can't really tell a 2.7 second difference. As long as it's still the same pack racing, everything like that. But yeah, I wish they would be able to find a way to add some more speed to these cars. Like, they don't even come close to 200 miles an hour anymore. They are more like 190. Like, they knocked about 10 miles per hour out of these cars. Hey, we're up to 3,291 subscribers. I appreciate it. Only 9 away from 3,300. We've already hit 3,200 this weekend. Maybe we can get 3,300 with 9 more. Appreciate it. So far, we've gained 8 subscribers during this race. It's like halfway the distance. You're saying Jaron Nemechek gets the win tonight? That's a solid pick, solid pick. Ginger Justin Haley. Do you think he's going to get the win tonight? T-Van. Dale still had a few more decent years left in him when he raced junior. Oh, dude, I'm so... T-Van, how am I so stupid? How did I forget about Dale Earnhardt and Dale Jr.? I'm sorry. I just feel like so dumb. I was talking about if a father could ever possibly race with their son in the NASCAR Cup Series, like LeBron is kind of trying to drag out and race with his son in the NBA, or play with his son in the NBA. I just don't know how I blinked about Dale Jr. and Dale Sr. Maybe I should say if it'll ever happen again. That's a better way of putting it. Hey, we're up to 23 likes. I appreciate it. Caleb Grossman, thanks for subscribing. Or Gressman, not Grossman, Gressman. Sorry, my bad. Okay, we have been live for how long now? We have been live for an hour, and we have gone 18 laps. So at this race, or at this pace, it'll take us 4 hours to complete this race. So let's hope that's not the case. That rhymed a little bit there, can't lie. Sounds like Gus Dean having some technical difficulties inside of that 25 car right now. Crew chief saying they're having some issues in that car right now, or well, but they shouldn't really affect what's actually happening. It's more so just the gauges are going out, but the car still runs. It's just he's not going to be able to know much about what's actually happening to the car in the car. Appreciate everybody watching. Somebody's coming down pit road. They're taping it up a bit more. Can't quite tell who that is. I think it's the 02. There's a couple people getting pushed around down on pit road right now. Man, yeah, the splitters on these cars look so goofy. Oh, my goodness. Back under commercial break here. Hopefully we'll be going green next time after this commercial break. Whew. Thanks to everybody watching. Who's ready for the Xfinity Series race this afternoon? Honestly, the pace of this is killing me. It feels like they're just dragging it out so long. And I think the 36 of Ryan Huff may have an issue. I thought I saw that car getting pushed around on pit road. Yeah, I think the 36 might be done for the day, which is a really tough break for that team. They were running up inside the top 10 previously. We'll see if they're able to get that thing fired back up, though. A couple of cars came down pit road, though, under this last caution. That kind of shuffles up the order here just a bit. Your top 10 right now as they run: Connor Mozak, Jason Kitzmiller, Greg Van Alst, Jesse Love, Gus Dean, Andy Jankowiak, Bryce Haugenberg, LeVar Scott, Jack Wood, and Tim Richmond. Yeah, I'll try to keep you updated on whether or not Ryan Huff is still in this one or not. Because he would be our third DNF of the day if he is not able to continue. We got the yellow flag currently out at Daytona. On lap 18, we are under the red flag for about half hour there. Thankfully, we're racing again. Appreciate everybody watching. Hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 3,300 before the end of the stream. We're only 9 subscribers away. Checking back in on the chat. I know it's been an hour. We've only gotten 18 laps. I know, yeah, they look like JDM front bumpers. The Malcolm in the middle guy is running in, I believe he's just outside the top 15 now. Yeah, he's in 16th right now. That's kind of where he's run so far this race, but, I mean, we've only had like 4 or 5 green flag laps. Do I care more for which? I mean, I think I like NBC more, but, yeah, I mean, I like NBC more, but I really wouldn't say I have a strong liking for either. Like, I mean, I kind of like Mike Joy as a broadcaster. I think Mike Joy is really good. But outside of that, out of all of the current broadcasters in both booths, like, none of them I really like. Honestly, I wish they'd kind of swap out pretty much everybody in both booths. Like, Clint Boyer, I think it's a little bit over the top at times. And then, like, Dale Jr. is okay, but I feel like occasionally just not quite it. Like, I feel like they just kind of lack, like, the right energy at times, I feel like. And then Rick Allen, it's gotten better, but it's like it just sometimes comes off as so forced when Rick Allen's talking. Big one will happen when, I mean, right now it might happen in the next lap because they are running all over each other. But I say the big one probably will happen about 20 to go, 10 to go. Just honestly, I really have no idea what's going to happen in this race because they're just so on edge. Like, who knows? They could settle things out and go green all the way to the finish, or they could just literally, like, spin every 2 laps from here all the way to the finish. Okay, the lights are out on the pace car. We're going to go in green next time by. Now you have the 18 on the inside, the 97 on the outside, and then the 35 pushing the 18 and the 20 pushing the 97. So the teammates are kind of separated here at the front, but you still have 3 Venturini cars inside the top 5, so you just do not want them to get all hooked together, or else they're going to be really hard to pass. Mozak on the inside, Kitzmiller on the outside, as the pace car is going to pull on to pit road. 21 laps down, 59 to go. The green flag is back in the air at Daytona. Good restart for Mozak down low, but back in the pack, the 25 of Gus Dean does not get rolling. We had talked about having some issues on that car, and he does not get fired up at all. And the 73 and the 2 bail down to the inside, and that is going to kill the outside line's momentum. Kitzmiller and Love have no help up there. So unless somebody comes to their rescue, they are about to fall back here as we go down the back straightaway. Yeah, Gus Dean did not fire off at all. and that just killed the inside lane's momentum until everybody in the outside darted down to the inside. Now the outside line has no momentum. But back throughout the pack, people are just swapping lanes, swapping lines, and now Love is going to jump down into the third spot on the inside line, and that just leaves Kitzmiller out to dry. And now who is that? Is that Sean Corr coming on the outside? Yes, it is. Sean Corr started last in this race, but that 8 car, after starting last, we are 21 laps in, and he is up into the top 5, making things happen. He's doing a good job at finding his way forward. Also, Frankie Muniz moving forward. He's up into the top 10 now in 9th, moving his way forward. But it's Mozak, Kitzmiller, Van Alst, Corr, Love, Wood, Jankowiak, Scott, Muniz, Richmond, your top 10 right now. As we go down the back straightaway. Oh, somebody had a bit of a bobble there. I think that was Muniz in the outside. Or no, that was not Muniz. This is the guy, but that was Christian Rose. But Mozak in control right now. 1 car length clear of the field. He's led every lap so far. But yeah, you're just trying to keep these Venturini cars from all getting hooked up together, or else, like I said, it's going to be really hard to work your way around them. And Van Alst is the last thing standing between Mozak and Love getting hooked together, and it would be pretty hard to get your way around him. I think Dean has an issue or something, because he has now dropped all the way back to 17th. He is really struggling. Ski Racer 73 Muniz is doing good for a first race. Yeah, I'd agree. But, I mean, so far he really hasn't had to do anything. He's basically just had to hang in the draft. We've only had like 5 green flag laps. We'll see once things get really racy what he's got. Yeah, it looks like Gustine. Now we're getting an update. So it sounds like the fuel pressure is not working on the 25. He's not getting constant fuel to the engine, which is something you don't want to have to deal with. So that's why on that last restart, the engine just cut out on him for an instant, and so he lost all his speed coming through the restart zone. These things are getting pretty racy at the front of the field. Also, Ryan Huff is off the track, so that means there are 3 cars out of this race so far. Oh, somebody's down on the apron towards the back of the pack. We still got a lot of competitive cars in this thing. Your lead draft consists of about 20 cars, and they're still running 2x2. Kitzmiller doing a good job of keeping this outside line in it. Him and Sean Corr and Jack Wood all pushing together on the outside. 3 Chevrolets trying to fight against Mozak. And Mozak, I think he thought about moving up to block that outside there for a moment. As they come down the back straightaway, Kitzmiller might have a big run here. Oh my goodness. It's just like these cars, I don't know why, maybe it's just the drivers, but they get like somewhat sideways every couple of seconds, and it just feels so unnecessary, and it looks so terrifying. And Dean is down onto pit road. He's in his pit stall. He's probably going to lose a lap or 2 here. This is basically going to end Gus Dean's chances. But now 26 laps complete. 54 to go here in the ARCA race at Daytona. Mozak leads by about 2 car lengths. Just this outside line, it's doing a good job of hanging in there, but they can't quite get big enough of a run to really challenge for the lead right now. So far, this is our longest green flag run of the day, and Van Alst almost looked like he backed up that inside line there for a moment, and now Kitzmiller is going to be able to move out to the lead. That inside just lost a bit of a run there. Oh, but Kitzmiller, he might have gotten too far out in front there. These guys are going to have a big run on him through the tri-oval. And Sean Corr might be able to get to the outside of the 97. Can't quite get there. Oh, and who is that? The 42 of Rose is bailing on this outside line. And that really hurt their momentum there. Now this outside's going to have to regroup, led by Sean Corr and Jack Wood. But they've only got 3 cars working that outside line right now. Ooh! Van Alst got out of line there for just a moment down the back straightaway. And now NASCAR cuts to like the most random shot of the spotters. And like right as there's interesting action near the front of the field. Anyways. It's Kitzmiller, Mozak, Van Alst, Core, Wood, your top 5 right now. But your lead draft still contains about 16 cars. And I think we're about to get into a single file lineup here. This second lane's trying to stay in the fight. But honestly, at this point, there's so many cars in that inside line, I think the outside's going to slowly start to fade here. But last time by, the 42 got loose off the nose of the 4, and that's why a lot of people bailed on that outside line. Okay, that's why the outside lost all its momentum. So the 4 and the 42 had just a weird moment there. So that's why they kind of lost their momentum. Thanks to everybody watching. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Off of turn 4. "29 laps complete. 71 to go. Oh, we got this red car down slow. I don't know what's going on here. Almost a Kevin LePage moment. So 48 of Brad Smith having an issue. Oh my goodness. Almost had a LePage moment right there. That scared me. Because I saw you say big one in the chat ski racer, and I was like, oh my gosh, no, not another LePage moment here. Thanks everybody watching. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. I appreciate it. And now Kitzmiller and Mozak, 2 car lengths clear on the inside. This lead draft starting to narrow itself down, though, just a bit. Now it's down to only about 12 or so cars. But all of them look pretty strong right now. I'm just going to scroll through this running order just a bit. So Gustine is pulled off the track, and I think he's done. He's 4 laps down. I doubt he'll go back out there. So now we're down to 35 cars, and Brad Smith 1 lap down. Tony Cosiento 1 lap down. 33 cars still on the lead lap. And now I'm looking also just at the distance off the leader. Looks like there might be a couple cars that are going to be going close to going a lap down here pretty soon. AJ Moyer, Charles Buchanan, Caleb Costner have all lost the lead draft. It'll be interesting to see how these leaders negotiate that lap traffic, considering how racy they are getting right now. And Frankie Muniz kind of gets shuffled out of the lead draft there for a moment. I'm really interested to see what happens, actually, when we catch up to some of these lappers. Thanks to everybody watching right now. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. 9 subscribers away from 3,300. Yeah, here they come to one of these lappers. Oh, the 06 got sideways there for a moment, too, right in front of them. Having to go through wide. Oh, my gosh, Van Alst on the nose of Sean Core. And the 20 is around, and he's able to back it down. Oh, who's that? It was nowhere to go. The 27, nowhere to go. And hard hit for the 27. Oh, boy, that thing is torn up. And we're going to be under caution again. I predicted it going around that lap traffic wasn't going to be easy. Now that 27 gets destroyed. It's Tim Richmond out of Ottawa, Illinois. A little damage to the nose of the 20. Yeah, the 06. We did have somewhat of a LePage moment. I think that was Kevin Moyer or something like that. Just got he could barely even keep it straight going through turns 3 and 4. And as they were trying to lap him, oh my god, the AJ Moyer, he was just bouncing up and down, and then Love lifts. He was about to run into the back of the 06. Love lifts, and the 27 has nowhere to go. And he hit the inside wall so hard the window went flying out, the side window. And that thing just got destroyed. He goes in right front first. and then just tags the rear a bit. But, man, that's something to keep tabs on later on. If we have some, this will be a 20-lap yellow flag for real. They're taking forever to clean up these crashes right now. See, Love has to lift for an incident, and then the 27 just goes, oh, that is a hard hit for the 27, man. Wait, who is that again? I got to look. He was running in the lead draft, having a good run. Oh, yeah, Tim Richmond, I already said. Free pass, though, will go to the 06 of A.J. Moyer, I believe. Oh, man, now we are down to 34 cars. Yeah, Love's still in it. Brad Smith, or Tim Richmond, not so much. That car might have just seen its final run. Oh, my goodness, that nose is just destroyed. And it looks like the pace car is lost. Where's the pace car, man? The field just kind of running around on their own down the back straightaway. And that is a tough hit there for that 27. Just, dang, just destroys the front end of that race car. Yeah, you just got boxed in, nowhere to go. Commercial break. 32 laps complete. We're closing in on halfway at this point. It has taken us an hour and 15 minutes to do 30 laps. So at this rate, we got another like 2 hours to go. Oh, boy. Yeah, like I said, hopefully we don't spend a ton of time under caution once again, because that seems to be the common case with what's been going on so far. BRB when it's back on. Okay, see you in a moment, Ski Racer. Hey, we're almost up to 25 likes. I appreciate it. I'm going to work on the Xfinity Series stream here really quick. Actually, no, we're going to stay. We're going to stay here. Oh, boy. Yeah, now your new running order after that caution. Sean Corr's out front. Was that right? I thought Connor Mozak was out front. Okay. Sean Corr out front. Connor Mozak second. Jason Kitzmiller third. Greg Van Alst fourth. Jack Wood fifth. Then Christian Rose sixth. Robbie Lyon seventh. Dale Quarterly eighth. Andy Jankowiak ninth. And Amber Bulkin rounds out your top 10. Then Frankie Muniz, LeVar Scott, Eric Cottle. 14th is Tony Breidinger. Then Gabe Rogers rounds out your top 15. Then Charles Buchanan, Willie Mullins, Brayton Laster, Jesse Love, and Jason White rounds out your top 20. Then Natalie Decker, Logan Misuraca, Steve Lewis Jr., Bryce Hagenberg, and Miguel Gomez, your top 25. Then Mandy Schick, Caleb Costner, Brian Duzat, John Garrett, Ed Pampa, top 30. Then Zach Herron's the last car on the lead lap. Then you have A.J. Moyer, Tony Cosiento, and Brad Smith, each one lap down. Then Tim Richmond, Gus Dean, Ryan Huff, Scott Mellon, and Hunter Schottenel, or whatever, are all out of this race. So, yeah, the attrition rate already kind of shown itself. We're already down from 39 to 35 cars, so we've lost 5 cars, and we aren't even halfway yet. It looks like quite a few guys coming down pit road here, so that's why I'm going to jumble up the running order all over again. Okay. So it sounds like if you come down pit road right here, you can probably make it to the end on fuel, just about. And they've taped up the left front nose on that 20 car, so it looks like he's good to get back out there. So Jesse Love's day is not over yet. Up to 25 likes, I appreciate it. So it sounds like there's going to be a comp caution around lap 40. So we might just have a quick green flag sprint here for a couple of laps, and then the caution flag will come right back out. Doing some work on the nose of the 87 on pit road. 36 cars left, including the pace car. You are right, Benjamin. Yeah, your pick of the safety car winning this race is still kind of a viable option. Yeah, the TV window for ARCA ends at 4 o'clock. So now they have kind of till about probably 4:30 to get this race in, but they've already taken an hour and a half, and we're not even halfway. So it's going to be close. Hopefully they can get this whole thing in. Thanks to everybody watching so far. If you want to interact with more Freeman Motorsports information, more polls, more just content, etc., etc., check out the Freeman Motorsports Instagram, just freeman.motorsports. Woo! Thanks to everybody watching so far. And these commercial breaks and these cautions are killer. Like, I kind of remember this from last year, but I forgot how long it takes for these ARCA guys to clean up these accidents. Oh, boy. Red Bull gives you wings. Exactly, Ski Racer. Maybe we'll get a Red Bull after this stream. I don't know. I'm going to need something to give me more energy because these cautions are killer. The racing action is actually pretty decent. It's not just like a freight train of 5-inch Rini cars at the front of the field. Woo! Staying in it, staying in it, staying in the fight. Dude, I swear, they are definitely getting their commercial money, that's for sure. I don't think we've actually had to cut away from green flag racing due to commercial yet, so that's at least a decent thing, but it's only because we've had like 50 million commercial breaks under caution. And thanks to everybody watching so far. We're up to 350 viewers. Appreciate it. Mountain Dew Pitch Black is your go-to. I've never had Mountain Dew Pitch Black. I'm sorry if I sound like, I don't know, unsheltered or a sheltered person or something. Do you get Zen? Does that mean like you'd get commercial free? That'd be nice. I maybe need that. You're gonna call Bubba Wallace and you need some food sponsor joke. I'm trying to think. What would be a good food sponsor joke? Or a food joke? Bubba? What, make it like a Bubbles pun? Bubbles Wallace, the Bubble Man. Whew. Okay, you know what? One driver that we have to root for later tonight is Jeremy Clements in the Xfinity Series race. Not just because he's kind of an underdog team and they won last time out at Daytona, but also we got this side skirt off the 51 car from Atlanta, autographed by the Jeremy Clements man himself. So it's a pretty cool piece. I did not realize that the side skirt is made out of like something totally different. Like it's literally just like a plastic Tupperware. Just like wiggles. Or everything else, obviously the sheet metal is like rock solid. It does not flex like this. Oh yeah. Oh boy. There we go. Now we're going. There we go. Now we're going. That's good. That's good. Okay. And we are still under caution. Oh, my goodness. They said we're going to have a competition caution at or around lap number 40, and like we may not even get restarted from this caution before lap number 40. Or it looks like we might be coming to the choose cone here. Oh, yes, we are. So we're going green next time by. Oh, maybe they don't have... Oh, they may not have the choose cone in ARCA. Oh, I see the 73, I think, is pulling down on the apron to try and coast, save some fuel. Like, I think all the guys that pitted under this last caution to try and make it all the way, Like, they're going to be pretty tight on fuel. But they might just be able to save enough to get to the finish. What are your guys' thoughts? Already tuning in. These cautions are brutal. I know, like, they're literally. Just call you Ski? Okay. I got you, Ski. Dude, these cautions are brutal. Like, I'm gonna next caution, like, well, if there's a caution for an incident, I'm pulling out the stopwatch. That's what we're doing. Also, the background, we got the Ken Block tribute scheme. Dude, if they ran that in actual race, that'd be so cool. Dang. Tim Richmond just like saying just like nowhere to go, just spun down to the inside. It's kind of funny. Some of these guys that are like kind of, you know, these just smaller operations, maybe they only do Daytona or a couple races a year. So they're just like, oh, you're interviewing me? Like, I'm on TV. Like, hey, 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 hey. Okay. Sean Corr on the inside. Christian Rose on the outside. Or wait, no. Not Christian Rose. The 32. Oh, that is Christian Rose. Anyways, I thought Christian Rose was in the 42. I think that was last year he drove the 42. This year he's driving the 42. Lights out on the pace car as we come off of turn number 4. Sean Corr on the inside, Christian Rose on the outside, then Robbie Lyons on the inside of row 2, Jason Kitzmiller to his outside. We're going to have a competition caution in just a couple laps. So this is just going to be a short sprint to jumble up some track position. Somebody just pulled down to the apron there for an instant. That was Dale Quarterly. Now he tucks back up in line. But the green flag is back out in the Brandt 200 at Daytona. Good restart for Sean Corr down low. He's already clear of Christian Rose. That outside line, pretty jumbled up. But now here comes a good push from Kitzmiller to the back of Rose as they go down into turn 1. Who's going to have the advantage as they home out at turn 2, on to the back straightaway. Sean Corr still holds about 2 car lengths over that 32 in that outside line. But right now, Lyons not really able to give Sean Corr much support down the back straightaway. Oh, Lyons got pretty swirly there in second place. He is dancing all over the place off the nose of Mozak. Oh boy, that was almost scary for an instant, and that is going to kill the momentum on this inside. Now, Rose is going to lead for just a moment. Sean Corr comes charging back down low. Corr holding his own on the inside. Rose keeping it interesting up top. He's got good help. That outside line really formed up right now. 39 laps complete. Oh, Rose. Oh. Okay, it looked like he was trying to move down to block off Sean Corr for an instant, and it was not going to happen. Thought better of it. That was almost a yikes. If you'd have done that in the Cup Series, you probably would have gotten split in the middle 3 wide, but these guys probably aren't willing to risk that right now. Rose still leads, then Corr, Kitzmiller, Van Alst, Lyons, your top 5, then Balkin, Mozak, Scott, Wood, and Rogers, your top 10. Rose moves down, though, to block that inside line through turns 3 and 4. He's a little far out, though, so Kitzmiller might have a big run on him on the outside. He does not move up to block Kitzmiller. Kitzmiller now might be able to take a shot at this lead here. Okay, 40 laps complete. We are probably going to see a competition caution here pretty soon. That's what they said, somewhere around that 40, a competition caution. We're having some good green flag racing, though, right now. Right now, Christian Rose and Jason Kitzmiller both head-to-head down the back straightaway. Pretty even right now. Neither line seems to have more momentum than the other. Sean Corr pushing Rose. Greg Van Alst pushing Kitzmiller. This lead draft has about 20 cars in it right now. Oh, Vulcan thought about making it 3 wide there, it looks like up top. Vulcan running up here in the top 5 right now. She's having a good run, but a good push from Alst to Kitzmiller, and that's going to shove both of those 2 cars clear of the field, and they're going to move down and cover off the inside line now. Vulcan leads the outside line. Oh, we got a spinner off at the tri-oval. That's the 7. The caution is out. Eric Caudell, and that'll bring out the caution once again. This will probably count as the competition caution. Just one spinner. So, looks like everybody's going to be okay here. From Piedmont, Oklahoma. Thanks to everybody watching, though, right now. Make sure you drop a like, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Only 9 subscribers away from 3,300. I appreciate y'all watching right now. We got 30 people in here. Appreciate it if you drop a like. Let's get this thing up to 30 likes. Man, they almost wrecked it there through the tribal. Oh, the 7. What is he doing? I'm sorry. That's on him, I got to say. Just who is that? I don't know who got to the inside of him, but he kind of like opened the door and somebody went to his inside, and then he just like comes right back down the track. Goes spinning through the infield grass. Luckily, the splitter doesn't dig into the grass there. I don't know who that is. That looks like a Venturini car or Toyota, but I'm not sure who that is. I mean, not too much damage to either car involved. But I mean, yeah, he just kind of opens the door for somebody to go to his inside and then basically just hooks himself off of the nose of that guy. But now we are past halfway, and it's taken us an hour and a half to get here. So only about an hour and a half more to go. CJ Campbell rooting on Muniz. Muniz doing a good job of staying in this lead draft so far. Hasn't gotten out front yet. And he's doing a solid job. Here is your running order, though. Kitzmiller out front, then Alst in second, Rose third, Bulkin in fourth. Sean Cora rounds out your top 5. Then Scott, Lyons, Rogers, Mozak, White, your top 10. Then Wood, Duzant. I can never pronounce this guy's name right. Brian Duzant. And then Decker, Quarterly, Jankowiak. In 15th, Costner, Gomez, Buchanan, and Muniz, and Mishkuraka, your top 20. Then Love, who's still recovering from that last incident he was involved in. Then I think that might have been Love who that guy spun off the nose of, now that I think about it. Then Breidinger in 22nd. Then Heron, Chick, Garrett, Mullins, Haugenberg, Pampa, Laster, Lewis Jr., Cottle, and then Cosentino now has gotten back on the lead lap in 32nd. Then Moyer and Smith each 1 lap down. And I think Gus Dean is back in the race. So Gus Dean is back in the race. So actually, it might have been Gus Dean who that guy spun off the nose of. I thought Gus Dean had called it quits, but Gus Dean back in it. 10 laps down. He's probably just out there to try and help out some of the Venturini teammates. Because, I mean, that car is still pretty much intact. They just had some technical difficulties. I mean, yeah, like he could still be a very valuable drafting partner to his other Venturini teammates. Doza. Okay, Doza is how you pronounce it. CJ, how are you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Yeah, any advice on how to pronounce some of these driver names is very much appreciated. Spank the pace car. Well, yeah, like, I mean, most of these guys hardly even race consistently in ARCA. And I know that that Doza, Brian Doza, does do, I think, most of the plate races in ARCA and in the truck series. Yeah, but yeah, like I always forget how to pronounce that name. But yeah, right now my pick, I'd have to say, I mean, Kitzmiller has looked really strong this whole race. Like, he has done a great job in negotiating the lanes, but Van Alst has been the guy pushing him. So, like, those two guys, I mean, they're usually some consistent threats at the plate tracks. But I would say this year, I think the reign of the Venturini cars at the plate tracks is coming to an end. I mean, so far, Mozak was out front for quite a bit early on, but it's really not been like, usually you might see 3 or 4 Venturini cars all hooked up running together at the front of the field, but it has not been like that at all. I don't think there's even been a point today where just 2 Venturini cars have been working together to run near the front. And thanks to everybody watching right now. So I believe pit road's open probably. 9 subscribers away, though, from 3,300. Appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. I'm interested to see who comes down pit road here, because quite a few guys pitted under the most recent caution and because they were like just inside their fuel window if we got a couple cautions and if they saved a bit of gas. So there might be a chance that these guys are able to stretch it all the way to the finish, but they're going to need a caution or two, and they're going to have to be able to save under those cautions to be able to make it all the way. The only people that did not pit under that last caution were the leaders, so Sean Corr, Christian Rose. So I'm going to have to imagine that they're both going to come down pit road here. Christian Rose has. I'm looking to see if Sean Corr has come down pit road, looking at the leaderboard. Yeah, Sean Corr has come down pit road as well. Wow, Christian Rose is doing it. I mean, it's so cool. They're talking about the stories of the people that are, like these small teams like Christian Rose. I think he's actually going to be full-time this year, but like these guys that are like, just been dreaming to get to this point their whole lives. And, they're talking about how I don't know how they got access to this, but it's like apparently the mom was like on Twitter, like, her husband was watching the race, and then she's like, where's he running? He's like, he's leading, and they're like losing their minds. Which, yeah, I mean, if like my son was running in ARCA leading the race, I mean, really any like big racing event, I would be losing my mind. Steve Van, yeah. And the pace car is the most laps led so far. Yeah, we're going to have to see how Sean Corr and Christian Rose can work their way back to the front. Now, I mean, we know that Sean Corr knows how to work his way to the front. He started in dead last and has led already probably like 5 or 10 laps today. So he knows he's probably got the most passes completed in this one. Exactly. CJ, you love the lesser underfunded teams? Exactly. It's like those are the storylines that you appreciate. That's why I'm rooting for Andy Jankowiak. I mean, one, because he's like a local guy. He lives like 10 minutes from my house. And we got somebody with issues on pit road. It looks like that's Eric Caudell. And, I think they're pushing him to the garage. So I don't know if they're going to push him to the garage or if they're pushing him back to the stall, trying to see if they can get that 7 refired. Remember, he went spinning through the grass, but I don't know if anything necessarily would have broke on that. We're still under commercial break. They're up to 3,292 subscribers, just 8 away from 3,300. Somebody just subscribed. I appreciate it. Thanks to everybody tuning in. Do. These commercial breaks are killer. Oh, yeah. We've spent over like half of this race under caution. Yeah. So, hopefully we have some green flag racing soon. Do you guys like my singing? I mean, not really singing. I don't really know what this is. I'm kind of serenading you guys, though, right now. Anyways. Updated top 10 after pit stops. Kitzmiller, Van Alst, Balkin, Scott, Rogers, White, Mozak, Wood, Quarterly, and Jankowiak. And we got 35 laps to go. 35 laps to go. So now the laps are starting to slowly tick down. Probably Todd Bodine. Oh, pace car driver. That's what you're probably talking about. Dude, man, this is just killer. I swear, half of this broadcast has been commercials. Oh, I don't know how we're doing it right now. These are the 21st century struggles. Yeah, now that I look at the timing and scoring, yeah, I think Eric Caudell might be done for the day, or at least his chances of winning are pretty much over. He's probably going to lose 2 laps here. Also, I think AJ Moyer might be the lucky dog from this caution. So I'll put 32 cars on the lead lap. Still haven't seen a big one today. Only a couple of single car incidents. I do have to say, the way they're racing, though, the aggressiveness that's being shown at the front of the field, I would not be surprised if we do see a big one in this race today. maybe a flip, whatever that has in store. But yeah, I definitely think we could see a big one here before this race is over. And really the big thing is just where it happens. If it happens at the front of the field, or if the incident that starts off the whole chain, if it happens in front of the field, because there are so many guys running in the lead draft right now, versus I feel like in years past, the lead draft only has like 15 or so cars. But the lead draft is maybe about like 30 cars, not 30, probably about like 20, 25 cars in it this year. So I feel like a lot of cars might get torn up, which you really hate to see for some of these smaller teams, but I mean, they're in it to win it. Whew. Oh my goodness, man. I am like actually starting to get tired saying all this. I hear what you're saying, Benjamin. I hear what you're saying. But 35 to go, coming at 34 to go. The lights on the pace car out as he's about to pull down pit road. Kitzmiller on the inside to his outside. Greg Van Alst. The green flag is back in the air, and the Brandt 200, 34 laps to go. And they bump doors there for an instant before they go across the line. But they're dead even down into turn one. Jack Wood giving a good push in that outside line. And who is that? Somebody darts down to the inside line from the outside before they even get into turn one. Balkin in third, side by side with Scott. Both of those guys doing a good job of pushing the leaders right now. Which lane can build more momentum? Connor Mozak is in that inside line. He's trying to get back to the front after getting shuffled out through pit stops. Oh my goodness, that inside line gets really backed up though, and Kitzmiller is going to be able to easily cruise out front. Oh, Mozak, just as I said, he was trying to get back to the front. He's going flying through the grass into turns 3 and 4. And now he's getting it back out of the grass. I mean, he just plowed up a ton of dirt. Oh my goodness. I have no idea how the splitter did not just get ripped off of that car. Like, he just went sailing through the grass. Not a lot of damage here. Hopefully, we get racing again here quickly. Not another long series, not another long caution. I know, Benjamin, another 20-lap caution. I do have to say, this is starting to get more frustrating than the truck race last night. I can't lie. Oh, it's off the nose of Dale Quarterly. And it looks like the side window might go flying out of the 18 there. So we'll see if the 18 can keep going. Possibly some suspension issues because he gets spun off the nose of the 4 of Dale Quarterly. And then he just goes bumping through the grass. I would not be surprised maybe some suspension or something's broke on that 18. I just cannot believe that the splitter did not just get torn off that 18. But yeah, 20 laps of caution once again. Slowly, keyword. Yeah, it's like, oh my goodness, man. I feel bad for the people in the booth because they've literally just had to talk about randomness this whole time. Like, yeah, the splitter just like hardly even looked. It's hardly even shipped. Oh, so it sounds like the ballast is kind of messed up maybe on the right side of the car. So one of the tire changers is yelling at the tire carrier to get the tire over there. It's kind of funny. Take your garbs out. What's your garbs? What? Oh my goodness, guys. Yeah, I think this might be the last time we stream the ARCA race at Daytona. This is like excruciating to watch. Yeah, I'm interested to see though what Connor Mozak can do. And now once he gets back out, he's gonna have to go all the way to the rear of the field again. I mean, originally when he got shuffled towards the back after pit stops, he really struggled to make forward progress. It's kind of still a common theme. So yeah, I think Mozak has a strong car, but he's not necessarily the strongest driver on the plate track. Whew. Thanks everybody watching though right now. We've had almost 500 people tune in so far tonight. Appreciate it. I'm not sure if this race is better than the truck race at this point. Yeah. What is this better? Which is better? I'm going to put up a poll. That's the new poll. What race was or has been better? I should put like ARCA, trucks, or like Cup. Even though Cup hasn't even raced. Well, I guess there were the duels, but like, I mean, this has just been excruciating. Like, if this was somebody's first time tuning into a race, I'd be like, this is the most boring thing I've ever seen. They just spent 30 minutes driving around under like 60 miles an hour and then race for like 10 seconds. Which race has been better? Oh, ARCA. I mean, you guys are still saying ARCA over trucks. Thanks for everybody watching. We're only 8 subscribers away from 3,300. Appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. Whew. I am like actually dying over here right now. This has been tough trucking for the ARCA race. These guys cannot seem to get out of their own way, but we'll go through your updated running order. As we are closing in on 50 laps completed, 30 to go. It's Greg Van Alst out front. Then LeVar Scott second, Jason Kitzmiller third, Jason White in fourth, then Amber Balkin rounds out your top 5. Then Jack Wood, Gabe Rogers, Andy Jankowiak, and Logan Mizuraka and Tony Breidinger round out your top 10. So we got 1, 2, 3 girls running inside the top 10 right now. Then you got Dale Quarterly in 11th, Frankie Muniz 12th, Miguel Gomez, John Garrett, Natalie Decker rounds out your top 15. Then Jesse Love, Mandy Schick, Haugenberg, Laster, Doza, your top 20. Then Heron, Mullins, Core, Costner, Pampa, Lyons, Lewis Jr., Rose, Casiento, Buchanan, Mozak, and Moyer, your top 32, all on the lead lap. And I think Brad Smith, should be the lucky dog here. And so he'd be back on the lead lap. And I'm not sure. Well, I think Gus Dean might have called it quits after the last caution. And so, I think, did Eric Caudell. So now we're down to 33 cars. Oh, boy. This race hasn't even had a lot of attrition because it's like just single car spins that take like 10 laps to clean up. Well, everybody still thinks ARCA is better than trucks so far, but good Lord. This has not been great. Not been great. Oh, boy. We've lost a subscriber. We've lost one in the fight. I think we've lost one. Yeah, we've lost one in the fight. So now we're 9 away again. It's tough. It's tough. Okay. Yeah, this has been garbage. Exactly, Benjamin. This race really has been pretty rough. Pretty rough. Can't deny that. But you know what? We're sticking with it. We're sticking through it. Just like Newman, this is kind of a hard one to pass, but we shall pass through it. Lights are on the pace car, so we'll be going green flag again. We'll be seeing the green flag again here soon with 29 to go. Let's go. You got Greg Van Alst on the inside, then LeVar Scott on the outside in his first ever ARCA start. Like I said, 17 rookies in this race out of 39 that started. So that's like half the field right there. So a lot of, or I should say, not a lot of experience in this field. But then again, on the inside, you have Greg Van Alst, who's been running ARCA for probably a decade at this point. Oh, we went up to 29.20. We went up to 32.92, and then we dropped back down to 91. Okay, but it's Scott on the outside, Alst on the inside. Then on row 2, you got Kitzmiller on the inside, White on the outside. On row 3, You got Balkin in Rogers. On row 4, you got Wood in Mizraka. In on row 5, you got Jankowiak in Quarterly. Oh, yeah, man. On row 6, you got Muniz in Gomez. And now we're about to have the green flag back out here as they come off of turn 4. Okay, we're going to stop talking like that. CJ, your buddies with Hill Motorsports guys and NBM crew was on the pit crew for Timmy Hill's Truck Star effort at Sonoma last year. That is pretty dope, man. That's pretty cool. I love to make some connections like that and have opportunities to do some stuff like that in the coming years after I graduate high school. Green flag. Back out, also with a good restart on the inside. White not able to really give Scott a good push on the top side. And Kitzmiller and Van Alst have been two of the strongest cars all day, so no surprise that they're having a good start right here. But this outside line, I feel like, is about to come storming back because once you get outside the top two, that outside line is a lot more joined together than the inside. But really, the whole field pretty spread out here on this restart. Scott is going to have the edge as they go into turn 3 and 4. The field's still kind of getting built back together on this restart. Oh my goodness. Van Alst and Scott side by side off of turn 4. They're drag racing. Oh man, Quarterly sideways there for a moment. He has been involved in almost every incident so far today. Oh, somebody making it 3 wide there, back in the pack. Justy Love tried to make a third lane work, and nobody's going with him right now. Yeah, and I'm not surprised. I just don't think the 3 wide racing is really going to work too much at this level. Just, I don't know how many people have enough confidence in taking things 3 wide. And now with less than 30 laps to go, it is time to push. Oh my gosh, Jesse Love is a huge draft up on this lead pack. He's thinking about going to the outside of Muniz. Decides to stay in line. Off of turn 4, Scott and Van Alst side by side. Once again, your top 10 are all kind of separated from the rest of the field by a couple of car lengths. Love is trying to work his way around this entire top 10 by himself. He's a man on a mission, but that doesn't really work at Daytona no matter how hard you try. It's Scott, Van Alst, Kitzmiller, Jason White, Wood, Balkin, Jankowiak, Breidinger, Muniz, Quarterly. Your top 5. And oh, Kitzmiller getting shuffled out in the middle. Kitzmiller gets put in the middle, and he's going to drop like a rock. He's getting split all over. Oh, people are down on the apron into turn 1. Oh, is that Breidinger who got off the track? Now she's able to merge back up. And oh my goodness, Kitzmiller almost gets spun. Somehow they keep it going straight. Somebody is smoking on one of the cars. It might just be some of the dry dust getting kicked up off that top side. Oh my goodness, that just jumbled up the entire top running order. Kitzmiller got put 3 wide, and then Breidinger almost ended up on the apron through turns 3 and 4, and that car was bouncing all over the place. Somehow she was able to merge back up onto the top side without crashing. But yeah, Kitzmiller's got some tire smoke actually for certain now. He's made contact with somebody, so he's got to hope for a quick caution before that left front tire blows out. This is a tough break for Kitzmiller, man. He's had a great car all night, or all day. And you might have to make an unscheduled pit stop here. Oh, caution out, caution out. Oh, debris in turns 3, or in turns 1 and 2, it looks like. Oh my goodness, things are getting really racy there. Hopefully this debris caution doesn't take 4 minutes. We are actually starting to see some good racing. Like, if the cautions were like a normal Cup Series caution and took 4 laps to take, or 4 laps to pass, then maybe this race would be good, but instead they take like 10 laps. That's actually some pretty interesting action near the front, but it's now Scott, Jankowiak, Van Alst, White, Wood, Muniz, Balkin, Haugenberg, Quarterly, and Love, your top 10. Then Doza, Mullins, Core, Garrett, Rogers, Lyons, Mizraka, Rose, Kitzmiller, your top 20. And Breidinger, your top 20. So yeah, Kitzmiller got put in the middle 3 wide. And then I'm trying to see, why does Breidinger end up below the double yellow? Oh, I think she thought about trying to put him 3 wide again. And it just, they got too close to turn 1. Yeah, I think most likely Breidinger was trying to put Balkan 3 wide and get her in the middle like she probably did to Kitzmiller, but it just didn't work like that. I don't know how that they did not crash. I don't know how Breidinger didn't crash that thing trying to merge back up onto the banking, because the shift from the apron to the banking, it's like this. It's not like you can just seamlessly merge back up. CJ, looking at what you're saying, not something you discussed. I'm not sure what's going on right now in the chat. But thanks to everybody watching. Hey, we're up to 3,292 again, so we've gotten back up to 92. Appreciate it. Only 8 subscribers away from 3,300. The lap's winding down. Can we get there before the end of this one? Corvette mode. Frankie Muniz, easy win. Put the game on easy mode. Well, he's the closest to the front that he's been all day. He's up into 6th with all the chaos that's just happened. All right, pit road's open this time, and now Kitzmiller's going to come down. I don't think many others will. Kitzmiller, I think, got a tie rub or something at that before that caution came out, so he kind of got bailed out by that caution. Also, Muniz is actually up to 5th now. Yeah, I'm still rooting for Jankowiak, who, through all that chaos, is now up to 2nd place. You got Scott, who's leading in his first ever ARCA start period, so he's probably, like, losing his mind right now. So, yeah, the 97 of Kitzmiller, he was struggling there, but, I mean, not struggling. He's been one of the best cars all day, but then he got put in the middle 3 wide, must have made some slight contact with somebody, got a tie rub, I think, on the left front. And I would imagine if they can get that car back out there, he'll still be a force to be reckoned with the rest of the way. Brad Smith will be the lucky dog, so I'll put all 33 cars still in this race on the lead lap. We have Eric Caudell, Gus Dean, Tim Richmond, Ryan Huff, Scott Melton, and Hunter Deschatel all out of this one. Your top 33 still in it. And with 24 laps to go, probably going to get restarted with about 20 to go. The clock is ticking. Time is starting to run out. They're getting ready to lower the jack on that 97. He's ready to pull away. Going to add a little bit of gas just to make sure he's good, make it to the finish. That's the thing. Another thing. A lot of these guys really pushed the issue on fuel. They should be good to get to the end, but if we have an overtime attempt or maybe 2 overtime attempts, I don't know how many people are going to be good on fuel at that point. Also, currently the oldest driver in the field, Dale Quarterly, 62 years old, running in 8th place. How about that? I got another piece of debris on the track that they're working on picking up. Scott, Jankowiak, Van Alst, Jason White, Muniz, your top 5. Then Wood, Balkan, Quarterly, Haugenberg, and Love, your top 10. So Love charging back forward, and he had a lot of speed. Oh, what's going on here? Ed Pompa spun it under caution, it looks like. Oh, my. Holy crap. What a moron. What is he doing? Ed Pompa spun under caution. This is a peak ARCA moment. A peak ARCA moment. Somehow Ed Pompa is like spun under caution. It looks like he somehow ends up like... Did something like break? Like, did something break on that 10 car? Like, it just, like, hangs her right in the middle of turns 3 and 4. He's going up towards the wall in turns 3 and 4. Then just breaks it, slides down onto the apron. Then he tries to loop it around, but he just drives straight up the banking, which, like I just said, that it's not a smooth transition from the apron to the banking. So he almost beaches the car, but he also just destroys the splitter. I don't even know. That is, like, peak ARCA. That is, oh, my gosh. This has just been chaos. But the lights are out on the pace car. We're going to be going green next time by. 22 laps to go and we get the green flag. Scott on the inside. Jankowiak on the outside. Let's go, Jankowiak. Let's go. Let's go. We got a lot of underdogs near the front right now. Like, as long as I think, like, Wood or Love or like really like those are the only two people that I would say are considered like big dogs. As long as Wood or Love don't win here, bro, this is an absolute banger of a race in terms of like who's near the front. If it just weren't for so many dang cautions. Hey, we're up to 3,293 subscribers, just 7 away from 3,300. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Green flag about to be back out in the air. You got LeVar Scott on the inside, Andy Jankowiak on the outside. The pizza delivery man versus the man in his first ever ARCA start. The green flag is back in the air. 22 laps to go. Good restart for Scott on the inside. Jankowiak really has no help behind him. Oh, but this inside line's probably going to be pretty organized. Here comes Muniz with a good push to the back of Van Alst. But Andy J doing a good job of side drafting the two now. Trying to do his best to hang on his own. Oh, boy. Down the back straightaway. Here we go. Scott on the inside. Jankowiak on the outside. Oh, boy. Alst almost touches the 73 there. That was pretty tight. Oh, man. The 73 needs some help from behind right now. This outside line has got no power in it. Everybody's driving by on the inside. Now one lap's complete, and now that the field's kind of bunched back together, yeah, there's just no good pushers in this outside for the 73 at the moment. And Andy J trying to side draft these guys. Here they come on the outside, 21 laps to go. Your whole field bunched together right now. They're 2x2, 15 rows deep right now. Not seeing much three-wide action yet, but I'm sure somebody's going to try and make a move here pretty soon. Now the outside line having a bit of a run right here. Staying close with the leader, Scott. Jason White doing the best he can, pushing Jankowiak. Oh my goodness. And the bumper is about to fall off the back of the 73, and yes, it does. And that is a big piece of debris flying off, and that is going to bring out the caution here probably. And they are 3 wide now. Alst, Jankowiak, and White. I just hope Jankowiak can continue. Oh, now he's got a tire rub. I just think that bumper cover might be a mandatory part of the car, and the caution is out. Oh, we're going to have to see what the report is on this one. Oh, man, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I don't know how there's not a bigger incident here. Like, Andy J or somebody gets hooked there, and I don't know how we not have a big one right here. As they come off, though, Andy J just kind of gets hooked off the, is that the 30 of Muniz, I think, here? And, like, Balkan and others, like, so it looks like it's Balkan that got loose and came up the track. So, slow-mo. Oh, Balkan, like, oh, yeah, Balkan, this is Balkan. Balkan just gets sideways, comes up the track, tags the back of the 73, gets into the side of the 44, and then the bumper gets just ripped off the back of the 73. It looks like the 73 and the 15 both actually got sideways there. I don't even know. This is just a confusing incident here, but this is some crazy. So Balkan got sideways, but I don't think she ever even touches the back of the 73, or if anybody else touches the 73. I think the 73 maybe gets tight, or the 4 comes up the track and gets into the side of the 73. So, oh man, dude, I hope this doesn't take out Jankowiak, because I'm pretty sure the bumper cover is a mandatory part. Maybe it's different in ARCA. Maybe that bumper cover is not a mandatory part. Or maybe it's only mandatory on certain tracks. Dang. Yeah, Muniz also got some damage in that. Not much. Like, nobody here got major damage other than Jankowiak's rear bumper coming off, but like, so just gonna change some tires on the 73 and on the 30. Can't afford to really do much damage repair on the 73 because, I mean, they don't want to lose a lap. They're just trying to stay in the fight here. Still with 20 laps to go. Well, actually 18 laps to go. I mean, these guys do have time to kind of work their way back to the front. This is a tough break for both Muniz. Yeah, Muniz actually got a decent amount of damage on the right front. Yeah, man, this is a tough break for both Muniz and Jankowiak. Both guys having great runs here. Hopefully they can get those cars back out and stay in it. But now your updated running order is Scott, White, Van Alst, Quarterly at 62 years old in fourth. Trying to get both of those cars back out there. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, ARCA? God. Andy J's day is going to be done here. It looks like they're going to need the rear bumper on that 73. Dang. If I was Andy J, I'd be losing my mind right now. Oh, are you kidding me, man? That sucks. He was having such a great run. At least the car's not that torn up, so that way they'll be able to probably reuse it at another plate track. Oh, dude, that just stinks. Are you kidding me? That was like the one reason I was invested in this through all these cautions. Oh, boy. Dang. Working on Timmy Hill's pit crew was an amazing opportunity. That one was Amber's fault. She got loose 20 laps again. Yeah, just, this is crazy, guys. Thanks to everybody watching. We got 30 people in here. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Now I'm just depressed, man. The Andy J's out of it. It's not, like, not even due to his own, like, I'm sure he is not going to be happy about that at all. Because also, he's probably going to finish way down the running order. Probably not going to pocket much cash out of this one. And now he got who? So if he drops down the running order here, he's probably going to finish in the 33rd position. Oh, come on, Amber Balkan. I'm trying to see if this is how much of this is her fault or not here. Oh my goodness, man. Are you kidding me? Now I'm just trying to see if, and Jankowiak's probably going to be done here. Well, here we are. Green flag back in the air. 16 laps to go. Scott on the inside. Jason White on the outside. A lot of underdogs in the mix here down the stretch. Green flag back in the air. Good start for Scott on the inside. He's got a good push from Van Alst. And here we are. We are still yet to see the big one. It's like just a bunch of really close to the big one moments. Scott, Van Alst, Jason White, Wood, Quarterly, Love, Balkin, Mullins, Lyons, and Haugenberg, your top 11. Jason White got a good run there. Oh, Jack Wood came up the track, almost tagged the left rear corner panel of Dale Quarterly. Oh my gosh, Balkin swirly again there off of turn 4, but Jason White with a big push from Dale Quarterly, and Jason White is to the lead. He's going to lead that lap at the line. And now Jason White will move down to block the inside line. He's in control of that. Dale Quarterly now leads the outside, but Balkin trying to push, and she just looks so out of control in the tight spaces. Van Alst giving a big push to the back of Scott down the back straightaway. That is going to help that inside line surge ahead here. Oh, and the 6 and the 15 are together in turns 3 and 4. They keep it straight, though. Oh, my goodness. They're both going to have tire rubs after that. This is getting really dicey. Jack Wood up the track there, and they're still not done yet. Oh, somebody's in the wall. Off of turn 4, just taps it though. Everybody's still going there. 3 wide, a couple rows deep, trying to sort this thing out. Oh, somebody almost cuts off the nose of Jason Kitzmiller. Oh my gosh, why are you cutting a replay? They're still dicing it up at the front. Oh my goodness. So yeah, what happens though is they're going into turn 3, and I don't even know, like, oh, Balkin, yeah, it's Balkin. She just gets loose again and comes down the track and just drills the 6 in the side. And they both go up. Yeah, this is on Balkin right here. And that 15 is like all over the place. All the Goodyear lettering is rubbed off the left side of that car, though. Oh, my goodness. Balkin's car is all over the place right now. That's the consistent factor through all these chaotic moments. But now, after all that, your leaders are all single file. Your top 5 all run single file, and they've been able to kind of run away from the rest of the field because they all got so discombobulated and are now 2x2. And as they run 2x2, they're kind of losing time to these top 5. Yeah, this second group needs to get single file if they want to go up there and chase down those leaders. They got some strong cars in it. Connor Mozak, the 8 of Sean Core. If they can get single file, they can go up there and chase them down. And they're trying to get around Lyons, who kind of lost that lead group. Oh, and Balkin swirly again off of turn 4, man. How is she holding on to this car at this point? I don't know how she's still in control. It's Jason White, Scott, Van Alst, Quarterly, and Love, your top 5. Then Mozak, Chick, Core, Wood, Balkin, your top 10. But there's a gap from 5th to 6th of about half a second. This second pack trying to catch the front. Oh, my goodness. Somebody is swirly again. Not sure who that was, but they were able to just hang on to it. Oh, that was Lyons. Yeah, these guys in the second pack trying to get formed up and tack onto the back of this lead pack. And now you got a chain of about 4 cars that's trying to reel in these leaders. Mozak is just doing it all on his own. Eleven to go. Jason White still leads. Scott, Van Alst, Quarterly, and Love make up your top 5. But here comes Mozak trying to catch up to this lead group. And if you had Mozak and Love working together, those 2 Venturini cars, oh, it's going to be hard to go against them. Now here they come off at turn 4. And yeah, you can see Mozak has caught up to this lead draft, and he's got somebody in tow with him. And he's got Jack Wood catching him. 10 to go. This second pack is like just not able to catch up to the front. I think they are going to catch him here. They just have so many more numbers, even though they're going 2x2. I think they're going to be able to reel in this lead pack, especially now that Mozak has caught the lead pack, and he's taken him too wide. Oh, this is about to get interesting. Oh, wait, what? I just noticed that the running order's been staying the same. Here, I'll try and refresh that page for you. It's loading. There we go. There we go. Thanks for watching. 10 to go. 10 to go. Jason White, Scott, Van Alst, Quarterly. Love your top 5 still. Then Mozak, Wood. Then a half-second gap or so. A little less now to the second group led by Core, Balkan, Chick. Okay, now this second pack has officially caught this lead draft, and things are probably about to get interesting. Mozak leading the second lane. Can they catch up to this top 4? Are we going to see another caution, though, is probably the real question. And right now, this lead draft is made up of about your top 20 or so. It's a big gap to the next group of cars. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Van Alst got swirly there off the nose of the 4. It's Dale Quarterly again making things interesting. Quarterly, oh, he's going to get hooked through the infield grass off the nose of Love. Quarterly kind of cleared himself there. He's going through the grass. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, he's doing a burnout on the Daytona logo, but not probably in the way that he wish he was, or in the way he wants to. Oh, now he's going to have to regroup here. Okay, we're going to restart with probably only about 3 or 4 laps to go, and things are going to get real interesting. But yeah, Jan Kowiak is done. I think Miguel Gomez might have also pulled off the track, so he might be down to 30 cars. Zach Herron also called it quits. But yeah, your top 30 are still in it. I'm going to go through the running order now. At the time of caution, it's White, Scott, Mozak, Love, Van Alst, your top 5. And you got 2 Venturini cars in 3rd and 4th. I was counting out the Venturini cars, but here we are. 7 laps to go. They've somehow found their way back to the front together. And then you have Core, who is, I think somebody got to keep an eye on. Core has looked really strong today. Then Wood, Balkan, Garrett, Chick, your top 10. Then Decker, Lyons, Rose, Mizuraka, Mullins, your top 15. Then Cosiento, who has spent most of this race a lap down. He's back in it. Then Kitzmiller, Hegberg, Pampa, and Doza, your top 20. Then Breidinger, Muniz, Steve Lewis Jr., Rogers, Costner, your top 25. Then Laster, Quarterly, Buchanan, Moyer, and Smith, your top 30 that are still in it. Yeah, I think Gomez is done. So your top 30 are still in it, and they're all on the lead lap. And under this next restart, it is going to be, it's like, this is it. This is the last moment. Now you got to go for it. Thanks to everybody tuning in. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. I appreciate it. We're only 8 subscribers away from 3,300. Yeah, Joe, somebody's going to have a late night of repairing the Daytona logo on the infield grass. That's for sure. Yeah, this ARCA race, I think now is officially better than the truck race last night, so I'm going to end that poll I have in the chat. Hey, we got 30 people watching. Appreciate it if you drop a like and subscribe. We're only 8 subscribers away from 3,300. We're going to be live for the Xfinity Series race after this one ends. Whew. It's been a fun one to do with you guys today. Here up to 3,293. Only 7 away. 7 away. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. We're seven laps to go. We're 7 away. I think we can do it. I think we can do it. You know what? I'm going to try and rearrange this leaderboard really quick. Okay. We are going to go a little bit over this way. And then we are going to shrink it down. We're going to go like this. And oops. trying to rearrange this leaderboard so we can get the lap counter in there for you guys. Okay. Or I don't even know. I don't think there's a good way to do this. Okay. Okay, we're just going to go back to how it was. Never mind what I was doing. That's my bad. Yeah, I'd say like 50% of this race has been under caution. They're your top 12. Jason White, LeVar Scott, Greg Van Alst, Jesse Love, Sean Corr, Connor Mozak, Jack Wood, Amber Balkin, Mandy Chick, John Garrett, Natalie Decker, and Robbie Lyons in your top 12. Some interesting names to note there. Scott in his first ever ARCA start. As well as you have 1, 2, 3 girls running right now inside your top 12. Sean Corr in 5th place, started in dead last. Jesse Love was one of the incidents earlier. He's had to come from the back to the front. Jack Wood has got a decent amount of damage on his car. Connor Mozak, another car that was involved in an incident, who's had to come from the back to the front. Yeah, those are some of the notable storylines, though, inside of your top 12. Thank you to everybody watching those so far today. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. 35 people watching right now. We only got a couple laps to go in this one. Currently under caution for... Oh my gosh, I can't even remember what we're under caution for. It has just been one of those days. Trying to remember. I just blanked. A car spun, right? Who spun? Oh, yeah. Dale Quarterly spun through the infield. The oldest driver in the field who was dicing it up near the front. Spins off the nose of the 20. He kind of spun himself. He got loose. Got up the track off of turn 4. Tried to come back down into the spot where he had been running. Just cleaned himself off the nose of the 20 car. Mike, I don't disagree with you. She has caused so many incidents here so far. Joe, how many laps is this Xfinity Series race? It is 300 miles. So, I'm trying to do some quick math. Yeah, I can't do the quick math. I think it's like going to be like 120 laps. Yeah, 120 laps. Yeah, 120 laps. There you go. 120 laps. That's how many laps it is. I got it. 120 laps. I know exactly. She's going to... I would not be surprised if Balkin ends up taking out half the field under this next restart. Okay, I think they got him. Our lights are on the pace car. So, hopefully we can go 2 wide here on this next or hopefully we go green, not on this next lap, but on the one after that, because then we'll go green with 3 laps to go. Otherwise, it'll be with 2 laps to go. Wait, is there overtime in ARCA? There's overtime in ARCA, right? I'm pretty sure. There's overtime in ARCA. I just want to make sure. Okay, yes, there will be overtime. There will be overtime. Or, well, there can be overtime. Hey, we're almost up to 40 people watching. I will agree with you on that, Joe. I would say Balkin is definitely better than Decker. And I would say, yeah, so far today, really all the... I mean, maybe this is just in their game plan. I don't know. I don't want to say too much. But, like, I was going to say is, yeah, Balkin has, like, at least been, I feel like, trying to run near the front. Same thing with Chick. But I would say, yeah, like, Decker has not done anything. Like, she's only in 11th right now because she's literally just been avoiding the wrecks, which, you know, maybe isn't a bad strategy. Breidinger has tried to dice it up at times, but she hasn't looked great either. I would say Breidinger and Decker, though, of the girls today, have probably done the least. Whereas, yeah, Balkin and Chick have at least been, like, trying to do stuff at the front. Wait, Van Alst is a Venturini car? No, I'm pretty sure Van Alst is his own car. I did not realize it was a Venturini. No, it's not a Venturini because it's a Chevy. Yeah, Van Alst is his own. That's his own car. But it's Jason White. Then on the inside, Scott on the outside. We will be going green next time by. So with 3 to go, we'll get the green flag. White on the inside, Scott on the outside, Van Alst on the inside of row 2, Jesse Love on the outside of row 2. Guys, let me know in the chat. Are we going to get another caution before the finish? Like, are we going to go into overtime, or are we going green to the end? Are we going green to the end, or are we getting another caution? Green or caution? I think we're going to see another caution. I just hope it doesn't come on the white flag. I want to see a green finish. Okay. Coming to 3 to go. This time off of turn 4. The lights and the pace car out. Jason White on the inside. LeVar Scott on the outside. 3 laps to go in the Brandt 200 at Daytona. The green flag is back in the air as they go through the Geico restart zone. Good restart for Scott on the outside. He's got a great push from Jesse Love and Balkin. As they go down into turn 1, they're already split in 3 wide back in the pack. Your top 6 are kind of broken away from the rest of the field. They've got a solid restart on their hands. A lot of good cars trying to charge from the back here late. Scott's got the edge on the outside. Jason White keeping it interesting down low. Van Alst is not really there to push the 44. Neither is Love to push the 2. Love's got a bit of damage on the left front. Now here comes the rest of the pack, and Jack Wood making it 3 wide on the outside, trying to make something happen, but nobody's going to go with him, and that's probably going to hurt him. Here comes Christian Rose, though. They're 3 wide off of turn 4. Oh, my goodness. At the front of the field, Jason White and Scott are side by side. Here they come through the tri-oval. 2 to go. 2 to go at Daytona. White leads at that time at the line by about a foot. They're 3 wide, 3 rows deep in the middle of this leading pack, and they're 2 by 2, the first 3 rows at the front of the field. How long are they going to be able to hold this? I don't know. White has got the advantage down low, though. Van Alst is getting a great pusher down the back straightaway. Oh, Mozak giving a good push to the back of the 35s as they go down the back stretch. As they go into turn 3. How long is Van Alst just going to sit and push the 44? Here they come off of turn 4. Jack Wood cutting down the track, trying to make something happen. Here they come. If they get to the line, this race will be official. The next flag will end it. Jack Wood pops out, makes it 3 wide. So does Jesse Love. The white flag is out, and the next flag will end it. And Jason White is out front right now. Jesse Love on the outside, making it 3 wide, trying to charge. Oh, man, how long can they hold it? Sean Core gets sideways there just a bit. Scott doesn't have much help from behind. Here we go, down the back straightaway. Who's going to make the move? And there's not much of a run coming from the pack right now. These guys are battling each other so much. Jason White kind of just chilling out front. I don't know if a big enough of a run will develop from behind. Van Alst jumps to the outside of White. White tries to throw the block. He's not going to be able to. Van Alst is to the outside of White. Van Alst to the lead off of turn 4. Connor Mozak, is he going to be able to make a move? Here they come off of turn 4. The 66 is spinning, but at the line, Greg Van Alst will win at Daytona. Then Mozak in second, Core third, Scott fourth, and Chick rounds out your top 5. Oh my goodness, Van Alst was the pusher for Kitzmiller, the pusher for Scott, the pusher for White. And then at the very end, on the final lap, he makes his move to get out front and lead just 1 lap at Daytona, but the lap that matters the most. Oh my goodness, I think this is Van Alst's first ever win in ARCA, and he has been doing this for a long time. He's really developed a talent at these super speedway tracks. He's come up short quite a few times. But man, what a finish there. Made the move at the right moment, and they were battling so much behind him that they weren't able to develop a big enough of a run to get by him. Greg Van Alst makes the move of the race to win the race off of turn 4. He had pushed Jason White out front for the previous couple of restarts, staying on his bumper, but then at the last moment decided to make a move. And we got AJ Moyer spinning in the grass after the finish. I cannot believe that they were able to make it cleanly to the end of the race right there. I mean, they were going all over the place. They were 3 wide, about 5 rows deep. And just a well-timed run by the driver of the 35 to just pop on the outside of the 44. And now he just was able to cruise into the sunset at Daytona right across the line. No threat from behind, and now he is burning it down on the front straightaway. This is what these guys dream about when they come out to Daytona. This isn't the Cup Series. This isn't the Xfinity Series. But these guys are trying to live their dreams. I believe Van Alst has attempted this race at least 5 or 6 times. This is his first career ARCA Series win in the Menards 200. Oh my goodness, guys. What do you give that race out of 10? I'd say the cautions really hurt the pace early on. ARCA has got to do something better in terms of the track crew and getting through cautions quicker. But, that finish, the last 20 laps were pretty intense, pretty good racing at the front of the field. I'd give that race, I'd give it a 6 out of 10. A 6, a cool winner. Cool winner. That definitely brings up the rating. Like if Connor Mozak or Jesse Love would have won, it'd probably been more like a 4. But I'd say a solid race. Yeah, I see a 6 from Joe. Oh, my goodness. Oh, now he's crying on the front straightaway. Greg and Alsty's crying. Oh, man. You gotta love the emotion. He's like, that was my only super speedway car. We were either walking out here with the trophy or the steering wheel. And he was like, this is for all the short track racers out there that don't think that you can do it at this level. You gotta love the emotion. And that's exactly why you gotta root for the guys like Greg Van Alst over the guys like Connor Mozak sometimes. And he breaks the Venturini dominance at Daytona. Venturini had won the last 5, and now here comes Greg Van Alst with his only super speedway car and wins it off of turn 4. Yeah, he probably will, Joe. He probably will, but I don't think he cares. Oh, my goodness. There was only probably about 10 or so guys on his pit crew. And of those guys, I'm pretty sure he's probably related to about half of them. Just a small operation. They have over 20 sponsors on that car. Just taking every little bit of cash you can and try and support this dream he's got. And he was able to pull it off. I'm sure he would love to burn that car down to shreds, but he's like, I got to save this thing for Talladega. Oh, my goodness. Thanks to everybody watching. We will be live for the Xfinity Series race later tonight. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. We will see you in about an hour for the Xfinity Series action kicking off at 5 o'clock. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a live stream. We'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.